Hello friends, Speedball Mike Bailey here, and you are listening to WrestleCast Radio.
Hey, this is Joe Doring. I'm here at world famous Corcoran Hall.
What's going on? It's Sammy Guevara, the best ever.
Hi everyone, this is William Hung from American Idol, and you're listening to the WrestleCast Radio.
Hello there, this is the aerial assassin Will Ospreay coming from you live from the Tokyo Dome in Japan, and you are listening to WrestleCast Radio.
Digital Media Champion Joe Hendry here.
Hey, what's up guys from WrestleCast Radio? This is Humberto Carrillo.
This is Flip Gordon.
Hey, hello to all my friends of WrestleCast Radio.
This is Austin Theory, and you're listening to WrestleCast Radio all day.
Greetings and salutations to all the listeners of WrestleCast Radio. This is the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels.
What's going on? This is the man of the hour, Leo Rush. And you are officially listening to WrestleCast Radio.
With your boy, Tuco Scorpio. Get ready to open up this show live, right here on the WrestleCast Radio.
What's good? It's your boy, the coach from the WWE. There's a lot of wrestling shows out there. There's a lot of talking heads out there. But nobody says more with less than WrestleCast Radio. You may not always agree with what they say. You might not always agree with what they do. But the one thing you will do is listen. WrestleCast Radio is on the air.
To wake up, there's a war inside. Bless them martyrs, kiss them all goodbye. We can stay walking on the dotted line, or we can make our own. I'm not afraid, I'm ready for the other side.
This is WrestleCast Radio.
Everything that you really fucking
Yeah. 240, as he said, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. That's what we talk about. WrestleCast Radio. This is 2 weeks in a row. We told you it's going to happen. Damn it, Alex, one more week and it's a winning streak.
Oof. We'll be on fire, just like our merch. You can probably still get it at prowrestlingtees.com/WrestleCast Radio.
We're going to get new merch soon because I think I'm going to take down the Summit stuff since I haven't done the Summit. That'll give us 2 more spots.
The Red Circle era.
Yeah, is this like the Paul Levesque era, but it doesn't suck?
Oh man, but better.
Speaking of,
we're more mature.
Did you see that All Japan thing I sent you?
A little, but I was trying to drive. Yeah.
It says so. It was Shoei Baba. This was what he sent to all the gaijins via typewriter.
Very classic. Huh. Like what? Whoa, like the Russians or the? Uh-oh. Oh, I hear that now.
The premiere of episode 239 is 30 seconds away from premiering on YouTube, and it was just playing in the background. So I apologize for that.
Oh, fun. YouTube, everybody. What's the Euro?
And shout out to the one person that's sitting in the lobby. Well, now it says 2 because I came in there, so I'm going to leave. Don't want to pat her.
Hey, as long as you clean up.
So apologies if that picked up on the edit there. I could have edited, but that sucks because this is real life and that shit actually happened. So we just got to run with it. But we were telling you last week we were going to come in and kind of just go over 2025 as a whole and just discuss, what's been going on for the first 9 months of the year where we haven't been with you. And as we were compiling this all together, we had some big time breaking news. And for those of you who, 2 things, know our show, we've covered this company for a long time. And for those that know me, this is like my all-time company for me. And I'm staring at this man directly in front of me, Alex, and I'll shift it over to you because you wanted to bring this up first because you thought of the importance.
Yeah.
And I'm with it. This is important as hell, I think.
Yeah, Go Shiozaki quietly, abruptly leaving Noah. Yes, the infamous I am Noah, not we are Noah, I am Noah, the man who a wonderful yet chaotic tag team called the Axis with one Katsuhiko Nakajima. And just kind of when I was getting into my Noah space, like 2018 to like 2022, 23, he was a huge focal point. He was at a spot where I was like, okay, he's like an elder, even though he's not that much older. He was like the Okada-esque, like maybe a step above Naito in a way of a head of a promotion. Maybe I won't go that Okada stretch. He appeared to, want that mantle and that talk, especially with some of the appearance, if you will. Different styles, though, for sure. But no, this was definitely something big. And as he stated, of course, on the wonderful Apuro program translations.blogspot.com, the Noah's Archive.
Hasami.
Yeah, Hasami, thank you. Speaking of Tokyo Sports, I get all my stuff. But yeah, he admits he's just a freelancer now. So Go can damn well appear wherever Go well pleases. Ryan, what are your thoughts if this is an era of I Am Noah, even though I think Noah is more of a collaborative effort? Even though I think one Ozawa might disagree with that statement. But as you pointed out to me a few Go Shiozaki matches back in the early 2010s with some certain New Japan brethren, what does this do long-term and short-term for Noah at the current moment?
So this one... Now, I didn't know this was a thing until you had sent it to me. Because I had watched the N1 final. He worked in a match on it, and, it was what it was. Holy shit, man. This, to me, is huge. And a lot of people are like, well, maybe it's not that big of a deal because, Go's, he's not Go anymore. And I understand that because 2020, that dude killed himself in that COVID title run to save that company. That hour-long match we talked about with Ironhead.
Ironhead. 30 minutes, though, of just eye-to-eye combat.
But,
such a classic.
I think the main thing for me, too, is, Cyber Agent got rid of the green ring.
Yeah.
And now the heir to Misawa, the guy who was trained and picked and brought over, he left for All Japan and came back after he was with Noah, left, and then because he couldn't I believe he was Misawa's partner in the match he died in. I should Google that. Just because I could be wrong for some reason now. But I believe he was in the last match with Misawa when that happened. And then he left for All Japan. My timeline's a little weird in that, so I apologize. But at the end of the day, the last piece of Misawa is gone, man.
Yeah.
And that fucking kills me. That sucks. He was.
Yeah.
He was one of those. I know everyone always talks about those pillar, if you will, but him and Jun Akiyama were the guys to carry on by Misawa with Marufuji.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like I said, as legendary as that COVID run was over a year with the title, he killed himself in those matches. And I know he's not the same as he was, but he's not Tana. He's not Naito. He's not Cena. He's 43 years old still, and I think he can still go. And I want to know where he's going to turn up.
Because wasn't it like 2022 where he was out for that long stretch of time? Because the injuries pretty much caught up to him. People were fretting. Even some neck injuries.
Yeah, it was that COVID title run. I mean, he killed himself on that run.
Yeah. Oh, I remember all the neck spots and all the stiff spots and the stare downs.
I mean, and him and Nakajima, him and Keno, the amount of punishment he let Ironhead give him in that second half of that match,
Yeah.
he was killing himself for this company, and that's because he loved this company. He won his first GHC heavyweight title the day after Masawa died. He was his last tag partner, like I thought. So, I mean, to me, that's, one of those torch passings where it's like, wow, what an omen. The day after Masawa passes away, he wins the world title. Like, this is the guy. And then, and then he comes back, and it's just wild. It's wild. I want to know if he's going to show up in New Japan.
That's what So I posed the question to you when I was at the gym trying to get my Ironhead Fujita on, and
or energy shots.
Ever since my heart got cleared, I'm starting to drink many different options, but I can't wait to get the Fujita mix back here in the U.S. But no, so like. I posed the question to you, I've been hyping for the last 5 months. Oh, damn, pretty much I'd say probably early spring. I was like, hey, the big money match, you get Okada back at the Dome. You got to do him and Takeshita. It's like Takeshita signed to all 3 companies. He's the hottest guy right now. And this was before him winning the G1. And where I was like, oh my God, was I wrong with the people of Japan not loving him or New Japan fans, even though... He's like one of them, granted he cut his teeth with DDT and, the history of him writing letters for many summers saying, I want to train, as a teenager until I believe he was 16 when he was finally allowed to come up. And he's been with DDT ever since and still is, which is awesome that all the other 2 companies, New Japan and AEW, have allowed him to do that. But, and you brought that up when we were talking about a week ago, is like, does Gato change it? Does he get worried now with how the fan criticism of Takeshita winning the G1 and, possibly going on to main event the Dome, if that will hurt ticket sales? Spoiler alert, it doesn't, because when you have an American wrestler and your company over the last, 23 years is saying, is hanging them up, for the last time, you're going to sell 20,000 tickets in your first day, as Wrestle Kingdom did today. So congrats.
Oh, nice. Good. That's good. That's
but let's hope Aaron Wolf does some cool shit. But
well, Wrestle Kingdom's on a Sunday too, which is going to help because not to get off the subject.
Oh my God, I can watch it on the Sunday morning. You mean?
Yeah, it'll be Saturday night, Sunday morning. So it'll get it should get a good walk up too.
Oh, for sure. We're going. Or you better take that off.
That's my weekend off. Already did the math.
so with and I was like, so if Takeshita's already, kind of, if Gato gets cold feet or cold sushi, pulls Takeshita, he doesn't say, hey, you're not going to beat Zack for the title, but we're going to bring in Go Shiozaki to come in after and then challenge Zack Sabre Jr. Since pretty much it's a free-for-all, after King of Pro Wrestling next Saturday or next Sunday, or Monday, whatever. So is Shiozaki, is that going to add more to the ticket sales, or is this more of like early AEW or current AEW ticket sales of, hey, this is going to be a big event, it's going to sell anyways, we could throw whatever the fuck we want to do. We already got we got the bag. We got the yen, if you will.
The Dome show is always going to be something people are just going to go to no matter what. It's it's like Mania and shit like All In. We bought All In tickets before. I was speculating what the card was before it was released, and we bought tickets. You know what I mean? People are going to go just to go. I think where the you need to have a payoff is in Japan, you need to give a reason to have that walk up. You're always gonna do your tickets, but Japan's a bigger walk up audience, I feel like, than America. Like, I feel like if you're going to a wrestling show in America, you're buying your tickets. You don't buy them at the door anymore.
No.
But, you know, like...
Especially at a WWE event, but you might get them cheaper. Who knows?
You know, and like, when we went to Japan, we walked to Korakuen and bought our tickets at Korakuen. We bought them at the building. You know, so
you had them right in the perfect spot, too.
Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's so important to have that walk up. So that's where you do have to deliver on something. The more and more I think about it, I don't think Shiozaki goes to New Japan just for the fact of all you're doing is bringing another veteran to stop the push of your young guys. And at some point they have to stop.
Yeah, but the young guys are not showing that they're ready.
See, like I think
one.
Yota Tsuji, I think, is ready. I think
two. Okay, well, yeah.
Yumura is ready.
Yumura and Tsuji are my two. Yumura is my ace, but
I think Gabe Kidd is ready. And
if he stays,
he's in that same class. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, but
if he stays,
at some point, when are you going to start making a move with one of these guys? And you know, you tried it with Umino. We'll try it with somebody else.
they should have tried it with Tsuji 8 months ago. Correct. I mean, granted, they're giving them secondary titles, but when he had that title match against whatever bullshit champion there was, like Sonata or Evil or whatever, that's when you pulled the trigger. I forgot what title match. I was like, this guy's hotter than ever. This was like 2 Wrestle Kingdoms ago, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope. And it's like, well, now you got to reset. But again, he's been getting those bigger matches. He's getting those longer run match times, and he's proving that he can be the guy. But to be fair, I just don't see Yota Tsuji as that long-term guy. I see him as a short-term 2 to 3 year possible ceiling, and that unless he gets in way better shape. And not that I'm one to talk or whatnot, but like I know that guy can be like, he could turn into like Damian Priest, essentially, where Priest was the same way, even a little bit bigger, and now that guy is pulling in Lola Vices all over the world. You know, shout out Bisexual Undertaker.
Does he show up in DDT?
No, it'd be fucking crazy if he shows up in Glitz and
they got their Yokohama
challenge Nakajima.
Oh, Nakajima's got 2 titles over there now.
Do you throw a lot of yen at him to come out to Gleet?
I mean, they have the money for it. That's the one thing. Like, I think All Japan could be a feasible landing place because that's where he initially went to. And I think if you run the day 2 New Year's show like on January 3rd at Korakuen, if you run,
you think he's gonna hibernate that long?
Oh, well, he just got 2. He's got 2 brand new knees, like completely brand new knees inside of his legs. So
okay.
Maybe he's not. Maybe it gives him some time to get used to having the new knees on him, things like that. But he could still work other things too in the meantime. But I could see if you want to try to sell up Korakuen and you're All Japan, you do Miyahara and Shiozaki for the title on January 3rd.
Ooh. No, if you're All Japan, you do that. And then when you're New Japan, you say, hey, you come bring that Triple Crown title. And then you're going to challenge, Hiroki Goto because he's going to beat Zack Sabre Jr. randomly at a World Tag League show with no announcers and just a steady cam. But, no, like if you're Shiozaki, like, who's in a better position, Go Shiozaki, or as I kind of compared him a little bit higher, Tetsuya Naito? Not merchandise wide or even like world renowned, like personable, likeness, I guess, or just fandom. But I think Shiozaki within the Puro community probably is a little bit more respected. But who's at the better freelancer moment? Who's that guy you go and sign more? Who's going to bring in those extra tickets?
Naito's always going to be your draw. I mean, he's like the most popular wrestler like 3 years in a row in the Tokyo Sports Awards. Like he's your draw. But I think if you're trying to put on a awesome, memorable wrestling match, I don't think Shiozaki. I don't think Naito's better than Shiozaki. Like I think Naito can still do a couple things, but I mean, look at his match with Hiromu at that we watched last year. It sucked. It was like a 2-star match. Shiozaki is not going to give you a match that bad.
No.
But once again, I totally believe that Shiozaki is less of a draw. If that makes sense. But like Naito and Bushi, they're still doing out there at Rev Pro. I mean, they're headlining the Rev Pro in a tag match again. So I don't think Naito has any interest in coming back right off the bat anyway.
My thing too is if you're Shiozaki, why? I mean, granted he's only 43, like you said, he's got new knees, like he's 41. So why don't you though now, if you're feeling a little extra pep in your step there, why don't you go and make that big special attraction match if you're not going to go for the IWGP title, or fucking evil match? Why don't you do Go Shiozaki and Hiroshi Tanahashi?
Now that's what I was saving in case you didn't drop it. Was I think if you need something to do with Tanahashi, you say you bring in Shiozaki because you have the he was the ace for a minute in All Japan. He was the ace in Noah. Tanahashi's a former All Japan Triple Crown champion. He's he's got the IWGP title, so there's a connection between them.
Yeah.
I love
it. And Shiozaki was out in 2021, so yeah, right after he murdered himself in that 13-month program of chasing, winning, and retaining that title. But yeah, no, that's you easily could do maybe what? Do you think they could reach 42,000 if they announce that match?
Oh, that would be big. I think if you put Aaron Wolf in some kind of a match that he's just not going to get beat by a Boston Crab like every other young boy. Like
Shingo.
I know or even at least make him look credible in the loss, I think is totally fine.
You do Shingo.
Holy shit, that would be good. Shingo would. I mean, you couldn't have him beat Shingo, but I don't think anyone would give a crap.
No, Shingo wouldn't mind. He would say, "Yeah, this is your time."
Yeah.
Shingo's getting paid. He don't care. He's wearing those watches.
Yeah,
he's fine.
Shingo's going, we're going to have a hell of a match, get as much shit in as you can, and then I'm going to hit you with the last of the dragon, and that's it.
You kick out, I do the oh shit look, and then you give me your finisher at the end.
Oh my God. If they have him beat Shingo, I don't even know what I would do. That would be wild. I think it would.
What if Dragon Kid does a run-in? He makes a miraculous recovery. He comes out and then costs Shingo the match. And then he retires because of horrible botches.
And then Shingo goes, I want a rematch. And Dragon Kid's like, if you want to go through me, you got to go through this. And if we were on Blog Talk, we would play Dragon Daya right now, but we don't have it anymore.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, so you do Tanahashi Shiozaki, you do a big match for Aaron Wolf, and you do Okada and Takeshita for the title. I think you could hit 40.
Dude, that's like Wrestle Kingdom 12 right there.
or
11.
Or Zack just beats Takeshita and they do Zack Sabre and Okada.
No, we've seen that.
We haven't seen it, but it's never bad.
No, I get that, but no, I think your money matches. I mean, granted, Takeshita, has been wrestling for 10 plus years, but he's that guy where he's like 27, 28. So he's still relatively young, where he's getting pushed, and he's getting that worldwide recognition within wrestling fans now. He's getting that momentum over the last couple of years with the AEW exposure and just putting on banger after banger after banger. Sorry, Sheamus, Takeshita has taken that crown and then just like forearmed you and then Blue Thunder bombed you to hell. Thanks for coming. But yeah, you got to do Takeshita Okada, I think. If you do those three, and then you got to have... Who do you have Goto face then? Do you have him and...
You could do Goto and... Okay, so... You could have Goto wrestle the winner of Gabe Kidd Yotatsuji.
That's true.
Because they're rematching.
I was like, do you do him and Gabe Kidd?
Yeah, I mean, that would be tight.
Well, yeah, if Reigns is back from filming Street Fighter, who knows? Maybe Hiroki Goto is as well.
I don't know. It's interesting. The only thing that makes me think this doesn't happen is I don't know if Tony Khan's gonna.
No, he's a sicko for wrestling and a puro head. He's gonna do it.
Like, you know where I'm going with this, right? Like, no, you can't do the match because I'm doing the match.
Yeah.
You know, so unless he burns the match first, then I could see like if they wrestle in like December. But see that I don't know. It's so hard because it takes the mystique out of it.
Yeah.
Or you have.
I don't want a title qualifier eliminator. I don't want any of that shit.
Okay, do this. And what's the December pay-per-view? Is that Dynasty? Or that World's
that
End?
will be World's End. World's End in Chicago.
Chicago. Okay, in Chicago, World's End. Takeshita, Okada for the title. Okada beats him. And you have Okada then show up in New Japan and say, I just beat you, and now I'm going to beat you again for that title. And
no, if you don't advertise him going there 5 days later, no, that's a missed opportunity.
I don't see Okada agreeing to go work any of the shows is the problem with all this.
Why? What's his beef with Gato now?
He left because he didn't want to be there anymore. He didn't want to do any more New Japan. He said he's over Japan. He's done everything he can.
It's a one-off match. He's gonna get paid $4 million for. You wouldn't go for one match and see your family?
Oh, I'd go. Incredible. Yeah, but like his wife moved over here with him, and she's doing work here now. Like,
I'm sure they got people out there. You can go hang out with Kenta.
Everything you're saying, I agree with. There's still something in the back of my mind that makes me think this could get held up between the two of them.
He's the Rainmaker, man. Money talks. Money talks.
So, World's End is December 27th. Yeah, so that would be really late.
Unless they do a whole all-in, all-out Moxley Punk title match gimmick or Dynamite all-out type of thing.
So
where they have the match after the match, like weeks apart.
So New Japan doesn't have anything booked after December 14th, which is the World Tag League Finals before the Dome. Usually do the Christmas Korakuen.
The tag,
but they don't have it booked yet. Tag League's going from November 20th to December 14th. There's a New Japan Road show 2 weeks before that. A week before that is the Tanahashi Final Homecoming. And then it's the Super Junior Tag League before that. And then it's King of Pro Wrestling. So I don't know when they would bring, I don't know how they get to this match. Because
wait, how many teams do they have in that junior league? Like 7?
I don't think they've even announced it yet. They probably won't announce it till King of Pro Wrestling.
No, but I'm saying they have no juniors to form a formidable tag league.
Oh. I think last year they had 16 teams.
Jeez, 16?
I'm gonna look right now. So last year they were doing the the Super Junior Tag League and the Road to Power Struggle at the same time. That's not good. Yeah, it looks like there was blocks. So there must have been a bunch of dudes in this Super Junior Tag League 2024.
Prove me wrong.
So the 2024 Super Junior Tag League was won by the Ichiban Sweet Boys. So there's 12 teams. Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita, Clark Connors, Jilla Malovi, Sho and Kanemaru, Taguchi and Dragon Daya, Bushi Hiromu, and Tiger Mask Captain Suicida. And then it was Francisco Akira TJP, Kushida Kevin Knight, Ishimori Robbie X, the DKC Ninja Mac, Yo Rocky Romero, and then the Velocities. Maybe they bring the Velocities back.
Oh, that would be interesting. Do you think that would? Yeah, I think a lot of people would actually like that.
Yeah, they were. I'm sure they were great last year. I didn't watch it. I won't lie, but I'm sure they were great.
All right, so we're at a stalemate. Possible 2 matches. Shingo, Aaron Wolf, book it.
I like
Ibushi versus someone.
Yeah. Ooh, but yeah, I would love to see Ibushi work again, especially after how good he looked coming back. It was so nice when he came back and wrestled Okada and then did that cage that he actually looked like a wrestler again.
Yeah, he looked like Ibushi 2021. My gimmick is can't really do that. Never mind. It's going to be an interesting Dome show this year.
Yeah,
you got to do a lot of Stardom. I think you got to do 3 Stardom matches this year.
Well,
Hotter promotion than they are.
I think you run Shiori Sari 3 on that show.
Oof. I don't know, man. Just
Especially
showing up.
2 straight match of
stateside.
the year nominees for those 2 this year. You could. It's the same thing. Bring her back for a one-off, just like Okada. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? Or do Sari and Saya Kamatani. But the problem is Stardom's not going to want to burn that match at the Dome. They're going to.
How does Noah counteract a Shiozaki Dome match? What do they do for their January 3rd? Oh, no, that's all Japan. Never mind. No, Noah has the first of the year. So they have the first of the year show. Is Ozawa going to be ready by then, do you think? Or do you know?
I think in a perfect world, you have... Wow. Okay, let me ask you this. This is a goofy, crazy idea. Ozawa we know is over as fuck. Like Noah.
Did you know he also had a change of heart?
What do you mean?
He stated since his injury, he has realized he was a bad person.
Perfect.
Of course, I'm not quoting it, but he was like, he has seen the error of his ways. He shaved his face. He says he would be a better person, all about love and peace, essentially.
So you bring
this
back,
was like a week or so ago.
You bring Ozawa back, and you have Masa Kitamiya win the title from Kenta next weekend, and you do Kitamiya as the new leader of Team 2000 against Ozawa at 1-1. I would be all over that. Right now, Masa Kitamiya is probably my most improved wrestler of the year. His 2-3 months as a
Dude, I've been a part of the Kitamiya crew for like 5 years.
Hell
yeah.
Since COVID, man, when he did that senton off the cage.
Yeah.
Like, he got cooled off, and it was perfect. Because I think this heel run in Team 2000, I think they're going to strap him up, man. I really fucking do. And I'll tell you what, he's the only guy that got any notebook matches in the entire N1 for me. I don't think I went notebook on anything other than him. Like, it was a kind of rough N1. I didn't have any motivation to talk about it. Like,
I was waiting for the show to show up on YouTube and redcircle.com.
Yeah, it just was. I don't know, man. It wasn't a bad tournament. It was an easy watch, but there was 3 or 4 shows where I found myself in that normal like night 10 of the G1 where I'm like playing a game while watching.
Well, it's bad too when the guy that you want to watch is just done after the first night.
That
like
was
halfway through the match.
Yeah,
because you're like, at least I got the Rebel. What I was gonna go to a couple of minutes ago when we were talking to Dome, but this kind of goes with Noah as well. Is are you kind of bummed that we're not waiting to get Eita and Hiromu Takahashi, the biggest dream match of the last 8 years, at the Tokyo Dome on January 4th?
Not as much as I used to because Hiromu's not. I don't think Hiromu can go to that level that he used to at the Dome, and I don't think it's his fault.
Did you not see Forbidden Door?
Yeah, with Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah, I mean
I don't think Eita can carry Hiromu like Kyle Fletcher can. I love Eita, but Eita's smaller than Hiromu.
No.
I think he's small. Let me look. Maybe I'm wrong. Eita. Let's see. What is Eita from Nagano?
That's wild.
5'7". 5'7", 160.
So he's your height.
Hiromu's 5'7", 194. So Hiromu's bigger than Eita. But those Dragon Gate guys, you never can tell until they're outside of Dragon Gate. That's the hard part.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So for that reason, I think it's fine on this show. But I will say it was dope watching that New Japan show, seeing Eita on the show.
And then take down Hiromu in his home court,
he was
essentially his own promotion.
Eita was cutting a promo like he wanted a job. He had so much heat, and he's just
why not? They need him. They need Eita there.
Yeah, they do.
He's done all he can do with Noah. He's done all he can do with Noah.
Yeah, bring in Eita to be your junior guy now. Hell yeah, you're right. Just bring him in. Do you? Sorry, go ahead. Before we change any subjects.
Oh no. I was about to say he paid his dues and whatnot, but I mean, as we venture off to kind of that, we'll kind of go with the top, kind of couple of top 5, 7, 12 stories of 2025 so far since we've been gone. Shout out Kelly Clarkson for crafting that masterpiece. No big puro excitement of 2020. New Japan's kind of been stale. Of course, we had big news, kind of in the early springtime this year, which I'm sure will be a part of your list there. Zack Sabre winning the title or two, having some pretty good kind of matches there, but kind of at a stalwart. Shota Umino, main events, the Tokyo Dome. Doesn't really move anything, loses the match. And then, we have Zack Sabre Jr. and Ricochet the following night at the Dome. Fantastic match, but, nothing there for Umino, House of Torture, your Renderitas, as we kind of talked about last week there. But we had your Gabe Kids, your Yoda Tsujis. David Finlay, in a way, where 2024, he kind of had his finally a breakout year, where it was a respectable match, kind of throughout that whole year. But it just, didn't seem it was there. All Japan kind of stale, kind of picked up over the last couple of months with Kento Miyahara, again winning the Triple Crown, correct, Ryan?
Yeah, he beat Saito on that last show. Awesome match.
Dragongate.
Awesome match.
Dragongate kind of been in and out, kind of from myself this year, but, kind of watched some of the big shows. Dead or Alive, of course, being a fantastic one of this year. Naruki Doi, not really doing much because Yamato was your champion majority of the year here until you watched Kobe World, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Not that, Yamato had nothing to do with it, but yeah, Shun. Skywalker, kind of winning that, and then, kind of pulling a Noah, if you will, where Ozawa was your champion, the Rebel, for, and selling houses. He was moved, Noah at a time, besides Stardom, which I'm sure, again, is probably a part of your list, was probably the top selling Puro promotion of 2025 so far?
Yeah, I mean,
consistently?
If consistency, Stardom and Noah, I think, are the two biggest ones. Stardom for sure. I mean, New Japan's always going to be your top draw because they run the bigger venues. So, you have your Dome and stuff. But, Stardom, on a consistency basis, this is, I don't think they've ever had a more profitable year, and it's not even over yet. And this is after they lost Mayu Iwatani. And Utami Hayashishita and Julia. And Tam, who retired.
You think she retired. But no, I think with the big presence of Taishi Ozawa is, I don't know, it's just something magical where what do they have, 4 title defenses? 5.
I think 4.
But he was just a guy that you'd watch him wrestle, but it was more of the sauntering, and he just kind of took Pure over by storm because he was a guy that started a group with the Bullet Club Killer guy, right? That whole, Yoshitatsu gimmick was a Team 9000K, and then like they just kept adding and adding to their group. It was like NWO 2003, where it just kept adding like Virgil's son, and you're like, what is happening here? And then all of a sudden, he's getting hurt and getting knocked out, and then Kenta's winning championships. Or sorry, Kano's winning championships, and then Kenta, who they've been teaming up for the past couple of months, becoming the best frenemies that Noah can show. And then Kenta wins the championship just the day after. And he's looking pretty damn good. I know you were saying the green ring and Noah, when that went away, I remember that episode when we recorded that, when that news broke, and that was a very emotional time for you. Mm-hmm. And Kenta, having the Hideo Itami, descent, essentially, when he was with NXT, and then New Japan, where the first couple of years with New Japan, I was like, all right, he's, old man Kenta now, it's fine, he's angry, he's bitter. Goes back to Noah, and then, like, something clicked within the end of 2024 into, like, this whole year. And, like, everyone is saying, old Kenta is back, old Kenta is back. So that's got to be a little bit of hope for you, right? With kind of the old school Noah?
Like, he's been great, to be fair. I mean, there's still those matches where, like the Marufuji match, where he kept from like a week or two ago, when he kept trying to give him the go to sleep, and Marufuji couldn't get up, and it was sloppy. But at the same time, Kenta's just shaking his head. Nope, he's not. This isn't ending until I knee his ass. And on the third time, he killed him kind of with it. But you know what? He just kept doing it because I'm not done until I finish hurting you, Kenta. And I love it. It's grumpy Grandpa Kenta who's coming back to get everyone off his lawn. And that's how Kenta should be. He shouldn't be happy and smiley and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oof.
But I think you belt up Keita. I mean, right now Team 2000 only has 3 active wrestlers.
Oh, that's it? Yeah. Oh, so they went from like 12 to 3, huh?
They never even had that many. So it was Yoshitatsu and Jack Morris and Daga started it. Ozawa came in. And then Omos came in, and then Endo came in. But Omos, Endo, Daga, and Jack Morris are all gone. So currently you got...
And then didn't, like, Shadora come in, and, like...
So you got Kitamiya Sugera.
Daisuke Sakamoto.
You got Yoshitatsu, who doesn't wrestle. You got Ozawa, who's injured. Owada-san, who's in progress on excursion. Tadasuke, who sucks. You got Sugera, Kitamiya, and then Null, who I don't think even tours anymore over there.
Yeah.
So like I think they need to. It's hard because I feel like Owada-san should be the big feud for Ozawa, but if you turn Ozawa face, you could have Kitamiya win the title. When you bring back Owada-san, he can be like the second in command. So now you got Tadasuke, Sugera, Kitamiya, and Owada-san feuding with Ozawa. Then you could grab maybe one of the young guys and bring them in, and then, grab a vet. And now you're back to 6 people. And then you have enough for a faction. It's not like Don Callis, who's got 10 people, I think, right now. Which, by the way, I know there's a lot of people in that Callis family, but holy shit, does he have a talented group of wrestlers in his faction?
Yeah, but they're all jobbers, like, except 3 of them.
Well, Rocky's a jobber, but I mean, I think Lance Archer could win at any match at any point. They've proven that. Josh Alexander.
Well, but I'm saying, like, but they don't win. They're still, like, treated as, like, sometimes. I mean, Okada obviously wins.
Oh, yeah.
Takeshita's hit or miss.
But you gotta
Fletcher's obviously winning lately.
You have him lose.
Andrade's gonna be a jobber. Like, Andrade's back. This guy's the frickin' Jeff Jarrett of the 2020s. I swear to God.
Like the Heenan family and stuff. Those guys are all jobbers until they needed to heat somebody up because they were believable that they could win matches. That's what I'm saying about the Dallas family. Is yes, they take losses, but it doesn't hurt any of them. So, like, when you needed to get Josh Alexander heated up for that Hangman match, they gave him like 4 weeks in a row winning, and everybody believed it. So, like, that's where I would have never believed Virgil and Virgil's kid, as you said, would win enough matches to get a title shot. Or I wouldn't believe Stevie Ray is going to get a title shot, or, you know, Brian Adams. But I damn sure if you want to heat up Lance Archer, I would believe that any minute.
Brian Adams in his prime should have been an Intercontinental Champion for a long
when he was the
long
Kona
run.
Crush, brother. Kona Crush, and he had the blonde mullet.
Speaking of blonde mullets, as we stated, Stardom, which you'll probably have to fill in with a little bit more of the facts here. Saya Kamatani, Mayu who has literally just taken Stardom by storm. Tom Nakano, of course, having a huge career versus career match earlier this year, but kind of taking over the interwebs over the last week or so. Free on YouTube. I would check it out, guys. Kamatami and Azumi, the title versus title. Red belt versus the New Japan Strong Women's title, which I forgot was the thing. So, fantastic match. Check it out. I mean, you could see why the Phoenix Splash goddess herself is just taking Joshi by storm. Marigold seemed to have
cage match too right now for that match.
Marigold seemed to have some steam kind of coming in. Bozilla, those kind of coming, wrestling outside, and I don't know, like Mayu Iwatani, the biggest person, Rossi, is that Rossi's Undertaker?
I think so.
Kind of coming through, and like big stars, but like no traction. Why is that? Oh yeah, Saya Kamatani, as you stated on the phone numerous times. Mayu, hold on, I'm the new ace of this company.
And she's only been wrestling for 6 years. Think about that.
I mean, just
think of when she was a baby face and she couldn't beat Utami. And I kept saying, man, she's going to be the ace one day because there's just something about her. And then they turned her heel, and it was the best thing they ever did.
It was the Ozawa effect. It's essentially the yin and the yang of wrestling in Japan, and they just both hit at the exact same time with kind of that same athleticism, the youth, but also just the excitement in the ring and the character change, as you stated. It wasn't the plucky babyface anymore. Something Ren Narita should definitely be taking notes on from these two, because he definitely has not learned anything, even though he's kind of started that gimmick, if you will. But no, it's just been, kind of fun to watch these two take off, and, hopefully injuries won't bar Ozawa into anything, especially with him showing up backstage at a Dragongate show with Shun Skywalker and Takeshi Sakura. Cigar in mouth. What's your number 5, sir? Or number 6?
Let me scroll because I haven't done 1 through 5 yet. My number 6, and by the way, let me say this too. This is why Stardom's on another level right now. The last night of the Grand Prix, B. Priestley beats Saya Kamatani, who then gets a title shot 2 weeks later. And then in the semifinals, she loses to Azumi, who then Azumi beats or loses to Momo to win the tournament. And then they pay back the Saya Azumi match with that double title match. So like they were plotting this shit in the tournament. Like their booking is just on another level right now. But my number 6 thing in my list was that this year we had talked about who was the top 10 wrestlers of the last decade, and it was, if anybody didn't say Okada is number 1, you're mental. There's nobody that was, even Kenny isn't better than Okada in 20.
Walter.
Look, I put him 4 or 5. But 2011 to that 2020, when Okada won the title February of 2012, that dude never looked back. Had probably the best year of wrestling I've seen since maybe Flair in '89 in that 2017 run. But I always said there's a
talk about a Becky Hogan.
Well, yeah, but at least he doesn't suck.
Oh.
But there was always a 2A and a 2B for me, and I didn't care how you wanted to rank them, but it was always Cena and Tanahashi. Cena carried the E for a decade. If it wasn't for Tanahashi, there wouldn't be Okada. Both of those guys retiring. This is they're calling it quits. Cena on December 13th or whatever day, and then Tanahashi at the Dome on the 4th. So it's interesting too, because Tanahashi has had a really enjoyable year for me where, yes, his matches haven't been up to par, but they're giving him he just wrestled Wato one-on-one at a random on a Road 2 show the other day. Like, he's wrestling everybody. He did the G1. We saw him and Takeshita in Chicago. He worked Forbidden Door. Like, he's doing all this stuff and he's making it count. And then Cena,
he's going to show up at Noah this weekend.
Yeah, he's going to wrestle Kaito Kiyomiya. On the 11th.
Isn't he teaming up with him?
No, they're wrestling. Oh, I'm talking about it. The big show, the Kiyomiya show. They're doing a one-on-one on that show too.
Oh, nice.
So he's getting that one on, but they're going to have that tag match too. But you look at Tanahashi's retirement year, and then you look at Cena's, and it's like, it's such a weird difference in what they're doing. And Cena, I think Cena got really screwed over by Triple H not booking Mania right. I think his heel
by Travis Scott.
Well, I mean, that was booked by Triple H. So, I mean, Triple H was in charge after Elimination Chamber and everything, and did nothing about it. Never even talked about it. He has a bad heel run that involved Truth, which did nothing. And now they
got him his job back.
Yep. And they but then that's fine, but that has nothing to do with his retirement. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no.
But and then now it seems like they're finally getting it back on track. The match with Cody was fun, and now he's a babyface, which he is. If you're gonna and this is, I think, why they never turned him heel. Anyways, I'm starting to think Cena just sucks as a heel.
I think it just threw him off guard where it just didn't click. And this is my number 3 is the retirements of 2025. And, my first question is like, well, how do they compare? You would think if we would have dissected all of Tana's and Cena's, it would have been reversed. You would have thought Cena would have had more of the Tanahashi run, but you got to remember, limited dates too also hurt. And this guy can't wrestle every date that he's on, meaning John Cena, as Tanahashi has been doing. Tanahashi's definitely having a lot more fun. Fuck, we just saw that man dive off a cage. At Forbidden Door. But Cena, I would say, yeah, like you said, now it's finally clicking. But I think since the beginning, since that January 6th Raw Netflix debut, it's more of the, oh shit, this is over. This is it. He just did really wrong. I don't know if there's still beef with Triple H or what, but the creative totally let him down.
This is a bad retirement.
Yeah, for the guy that saved the company, that was the Tanakata of the WWE. Well, let's credit, as the lore goes, Stephanie McMahon has saved this company by hearing John Cena freestyle and catering. Hence why she's going to the Hall of Fame in 2026. The
back of that tour bus on the European tour.
Oh, yeah. So the thing with that is, like, I feel for Cena, but he's also out of the door where he's been a successful actor over the last 10 years, since Trainwreck, really. And he's been fantastic, I think, with the Hollywood spotlight. He's good on, your guest spots here and there, your internet shorts, if you will. He just did wrong, but I think they're going to try to right some of that with the AJ Styles match coming up next weekend. I think that one will be, hopefully these guys, again, AJ Styles was that for TNA. He was that Tanahashi, that Okada, kind of that split of saving New Japan, if you will. kind of kept TNA going, but just he had the balls and sadly was just disrespected where those other companies of New Japan and WWE did not want their cash cow to be let down in any capacity, and Dixie Carter did not give a fuck. And who knows what TNA would have been if they would have kept up the Styles, machine, but thankfully he got out and kind of changed the course of wrestling in those early to mid 2010s there. So are we going to get Royal Rumble? Are we going to get SummerSlam? Well, no, we are not, but I think, I know you shit on the WWE, Ryan, but this has got to make you feel a little bit of something, especially coming up, ending soon with his retirement tour.
I mean, yeah, I think it's almost frustrating that how bad they did him. Like, I love the Styles match because those matches were so fun, but that was like 8 years ago. Like, they're not going to be able to do that again, and that's fine. I don't want them to do it again, but I'm just, I don't know. I guess it's just like he's got 3 matches left, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is how you've done it.
Yeah.
You're giving me no confidence for the final 2 matches.
After he kicked Cody in the balls at Chamber, and everyone was like, "This is the greatest heel turn of all time." No, it was not. If it was done a while ago, possibly. I just think it was. We got to be done kicking dudes in the balls. Like, who's not wearing a cup by now?
The one thing too, I think a lot of people don't attest to when they bring that up, because I hear that as much as you do, is just because it might have been a great segment doesn't mean it's a good angle. You have to pay off your segment, and they did not pay it off.
Yeah.
I mean, I will never forget that first promo. I walked around going, what is going on here?
The second week after, or the week after that, the exact same promo.
Like, it was just something. What do you?
The only thing they did cool was the no music, the black Titantron, or whatever the hell they call it now, and then when they did the countdown to the days, because that made it real. Cool. That was heelish, if you will.
Yes.
But that was the only thing that was heelish about that whole run. And then for the week, 2 days before their SummerSlam match with Cody Rhodes for the championship, he shits on everything. I thought it was a joke, Ryan, when I read it on Saturday. I've watched SmackDown since you made me watch it 8 months ago, and guess what? I didn't watch it for 7 years before that. And I thought that was a fucking joke when I read that. And I was like, he just shit on the whole last 4 or 5 months, which seemed like a longer stretch of time, sadly. And he wasn't even on all those shows, but it still seemed far longer. And it was just like, all right, and they had a great match. But I'm just tired of 19 kickouts in a match. Sorry, Edge. Sorry, Adam Copeland. But, like, so my thing is, they do that. Logan Paul, I get it. I get why they did it. He got CM Punk to go to Saudi Arabia. That was interesting. Was not the match that we wanted. So, my temperature for the AJ Styles matches, had a simmer. I'll just be happy. I'll be in my nostalgic, nest here. But
I'm with you on that.
But, yeah, it's just, what do you do besides, I think, have a tribute show on that show in D.C. on December 13th? Or, like, what's his last match? Who's his last match? Should it even be a last match, or should it just be a 2-hour celebration?
So there's people who think that Edge is taking this time away because he's going to go wrestle Cena. And it's like, no, he's doing a movie.
I don't want that. Who wants that? Yeah, they had one. It was just the New Year's revolution. That was the only thing that was good out of their feud.
I have no idea who he wrestles for these last matches. Like, I don't know, man.
Who does he put over? Is it Dominic?
Braun
Mysterio? Why not?
If you want Braun to wrestle Brock at Mania, he needs to start getting wins.
And that's a guy to take out?
You can't be 50-50ing this guy if you're going to try to have
or
him wrestle Brock.
Or do you do Obafemi?
I don't hate that, because then you're trying to build a new person. Like, I don't hate that at all. I don't know. Well, we got time to discuss it. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah,
on
let's
here.
keep going.
So one thing that I think these kind of tie together, I have three things that kind of tie together in a way, but I thought they were all important. And I'm doing this in the outside of the ring aspect of trying to develop the landscape and how different things are nowadays. The fact that ESPN now has their pay-per-views blows my mind in the grand scheme of things.
How so?
Because this company now has went from, we have our own network, we have our own distribution, we do everything on our own, to now they're just selling it off to other companies and saying, all right, you guys do all the work now. And I think that is reflecting on the business. Same thing
On
with
the product?
Netflix. Yep. The Netflix, huge, fantastic. Wow, I can't believe Netflix is showing this. But ever since these things have started happening, the effort level has just dropped off on these shows. And I think the thing that is, I don't think this will ever fully happen, but boy, do I have a feeling that 2026 might be a little weird for this company in a bad way, because I there's always the occasional people you see, but I tell you what, more and more am I seeing every single day by the droves that people are cracking jokes like, hey, I was going to take my family to WrestleMania, but decided I wanted to buy a house for us to live in instead. Or, hey, was going to go to Saturday night's main event, but I needed to buy a new car because mine died. Like, I'm seeing, like, the people are not happy about this ticket price increase that they're doing to do what UFC does.
Yeah.
And at some point, when are you going to start pricing your families out?
Yeah, because UFC is not a family
No, UFC is
type of
drunk dudes
event.
in affliction.
They start late. Yeah. So it's funny, in my number 4, TKO pricing out families and the hardcore fans. How long will this last? And you're right. I've been saying since last year, since the whole Cody finished the story thing, I was like, okay, the tennis is going good still. They're selling out 15,000 seats, but the bubble's going to burst. And then 2025 came, blah, blah, blah. You thought it would be a big thing with Cena's retirement tour, Cody as champion, and they do the whole Cena heel turn. And then ticket sales have been drastically down. Cody, towards the end of his run, tickets were kind of going down, but nothing too crazy. And I said, the last 5 months, I said, watch, guys, 2026, the bubble will burst. Mm-hmm. And that was before TKO came out and said, we're going to, outcharge families. Who gives a shit? And we were seeing $12,000 tickets. I was like, this bubble's going to burst because their business model is not for what wrestling fans truly are. And it's your families, it's your guy groups of 3, 4. You're not going to want to spend I spent $300 for us to go to Raw last year.
we paid the same amount together to go to All In.
All In, yeah. Which is a far superior show. By eons. But, I don't think I'll ever go unless someone gives me a ticket or we get in somehow for free or we're press or whatever. They don't even do press conferences anymore. I'll probably never go to a WWE event ever again. Unless it's a legit must go or I'll explode type of thing. But nothing really reels me in anymore. I've seen CM Punk in every facet.
Here's not to cut you off, but this is the exact problem. I don't want to forget this thought. The reason that's that way is the same thing with me. There's nobody on that roster that I give a fuck to pay to see anymore. Yeah. And it's not their fault. It's not Walter's fault. As an example, it's the company gives you no reason to care anymore about any of these people because it's just ran like a television show now. This is not a booked well business. This is, we're going to do pomp, circumstance, music. Look at on fucking, what's the last show that just happened that I can't remember the name of it. The last
WrestlePalooza.
Thank you, WrestlePalooza. That crowd was jacked for the Usos. And then the match started and you could hear people farting. It was so quiet.
So bad. It was bad.
Think about it. This is supposed to be that guy that they built. And the merch sales are there. You can tell the interactions there. Oh my God, he is over his shit. But none of these fans seem to care about wrestling. because when the match starts, nobody says a word. Like they were joking on I think it was when I was listening to the flagship from a couple weeks ago, how they did that. It was the WrestlePalooza review. When they did that goofy table spot with AJ Lee and Becky and Seth and Punk, how they jumped from one table to the other, and then it didn't break, but it just like slowly collapsed, and they just fell like Jenga pieces and just laid there.
Oh my God. Did that really happen?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No, God,
It
no.
was so bad. She tried to like.
When you told me it was more than 20 minutes, I was like, I'm good, and I'm a Punk guy, and I was like, no.
So you could see these two guys in the crowd, and I saw it. I didn't think anybody else was going to notice it, but one of them brought it up literally as you could see the two guys in the back kind of go, and they take a deep breath, and they're like, well, that sucked, and they're like, but we got to do it, right? And they're like, holy shit, and then they just stop saying it. But it's like they're programmed to just start chanting when anything happens, even though it sucks. Like this company is ruining the wrestling fun of it. And if this was we do drama on TNT or whatever, and it's a TV show, all right, cool. The backstage interactions, I understand. I can follow along. But I'm trying to watch a pro wrestling show, and you're not giving it to me. Why do I want to come watch your show?
Yeah.
Like
Trying to do a pro wrestling show here.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it just I think if I'm gonna lose this point, and it's literally why it's so hard. When we went to that Raw, it was like, yeah, oh man, that we're gonna get Walter Balor, Punk finally's back, that'll be fun, whatever. I popped an edible, I was ready to go because it makes me like wrestling more. And I mean, I don't think we sat on our hands more than we've ever have. And all we did was get yelled at by the lady next to us.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was more that dummy lady.
Like, it was just, like I said to you while we were there, I was like, this isn't for me anymore, I think, man. This is so different.
Yeah.
Everything about that show was different.
Oh. It's, well, yeah, when, just 4 matches, I think we got that whole show, 3 matches, but I used to be able to walk up to a Raw like 10 minutes before, get like a nice floor seat, $100 or whatever, and I was fine. I was like, perfect. No taxes, no fees, any of that bullshit. It was nice. And then it just changed, but you can go to an AEW show, pay $120 and sit on the floor and get 5 hours of wrestling. And as we'll get into here, I'm sure in a bit, but yeah, they're just the model, but they don't care. They have the bag. Disney owns the PLEs now, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's true, man. It's so like just what are you gonna do? And you know what?
Yeah.
As I said before,
not go anymore. That's what we'll do.
And if people are liking wrestling and they're having fun with it, good for them. That's fine.
How can they afford it? That's the thing. How are they going to start?
No shit.
How are they going to start getting these people there? Like, it's like not even worth it. My kid was like, hey, let's go to a WWE show, a Raw. And I'm like, 2-3 tickets. At least these Paul McCartney tickets I'm looking at buying for like $500. I'm like, at least I know I'm going to get 3 hours of a living legend. And then be like, I just saw the second to last living Beatle perform for fucking 3 hours and he's 85 years old.
Or you can spend $200 on a ticket to see 4 American Grandes out there at the same time. Instead of giving us Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, and Ludwig Kaiser, you're giving us Grande trio.
Give me that match. Give me that match. But like, I don't know, this company is just what we grew up with. But sometimes we're talking about nostalgia earlier with Cena and Styles, and even Cena and Punk this year. But it's just like sometimes we just got to cut the cord and kind of move on. And AEW, God bless their hearts, at least their pay-per-views, it's worth the money whether you're going there or ordering them online, on Max or Amazon, where what have you. So, I mean, it's such a night or day difference, but your tribalism that has been happening over the last, since AEW's conception has just been so stupid. It's just like, just enjoy wrestling. If you don't want to watch this or watch that, then don't fucking watch it. Yeah. I watch the YouTube clips for a majority of it anyways. The Puro stuff I'll watch fully because I know those matches will be consistent. my issue with U.S. wrestling right now, and a lot of Puro too, is it's so beat by beat predictability where I'm like, okay, I can telegraph this without even watching it. And so, and they'll prove me wrong, like Mystico and MJF, from Arena Mexico a few weeks back, or the Saya Kimitami and the Izumi match. So, or even your Bandito Takeshidas from the Ring of Honor show last month. So, little gems like that, or even Hechicero and Bandito, but just doing little things like that. Those warrant the fans, but it just sucks that it's still the minority of the fans, but yet we're the most vocal. I don't know. It's like political lines, if you will.
We care too. Like WWE fans that slander AEW fans, they're just talking shit because they're trying to defend what they're just watching.
Because we think we're smarter, even though it's just like, oh, look, flips, yay!
But to be fair, we also appreciate good storytelling and not
Correct.
force-fed
And
bullshit.
yes.
You know what I mean? Like we don't need them to give us things 17 times in one show because we're goldfish. We're smart people who are talking about this weekly again. You know what I mean? Like that's why we get mad, is because we want it to be good. The other side bitches because they're mad that their company's getting talked shit about and they think everything else sucks and they don't watch it, but they just assume it sucks.
Yeah.
We're mad because we want WWE to be better. I don't want to complain about it all the time. I want to enjoy it. I want to enjoy wrestling. But when I and look, like I said, I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown since SummerSlam. It's been 2 months. This is the longest streak of my life. And I don't care anymore because they literally finally pushed me away to the point it doesn't bother me that I miss it. Before I would have like anxiety that I'm not watching it just because I have to see everything. I just don't care. I'm done. Like they've done nothing to make me want to retain it, and their management couldn't give a shit if I watch it anyway. So why do I care?
Yeah. They got the bag. They got the bag from so many sources, and a lot of those sources aren't happy. Netflix, reporting the last Raw is just the lowest global viewership. I don't know about ever, but just it's very low. So it'll be interesting. I don't know what SmackDown does on USA anymore. I know AEW is consistent between just 600,000, if they're lucky, 700 sometimes. So like that whole framing, like I get it. I know we used to talk about that, all the time the last couple of years. But just enjoy the product while we still have it, because who the fuck knows how long we have it for, especially with all the streaming rights, kind of getting bought up by Warner Brothers and the Zaslavs. But the other thing, Ryan, is who would have thought the TKO bad, Vince McMahon good? Also, Hulk Hogan died. That's a crazy story. And Vince McMahon also giving out busts of his head. Obviously, hence busts, but it could have been of anything else. For his 80th birthday party, and NDAs being signed, and people's shooting pictures. I don't know, it's crazy. But who would have thought we would have wanted Vince back? I don't know. Maybe that's
when they showed him on the WrestlePalooza intro, he got the biggest pop of the video.
You got a pop in Minneapolis after those assault charges came out, and he fucking jumped off the steel steps like Peter Pan, jumping away in the night. What's your second story there, sir?
So I have 2 more left since since we covered 4 of them. I'll go into this one. These are both kind of like sucky ones, but I think they're important to add. You mentioned Hulk Hogan passed away. Sabu.
Yep.
Mongo, Steve McMichael.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Guy that I always enjoyed when he was in what they call Catch Point.
Yep.
I think it was, but Jaka, who was with Chris Dickinson, he died of a heart attack.
Just recently, yeah.
39 years old. He was trained by Harley Race. Sucks. Jaka was really good. Osamu Nishimura, he was really old, and it sucks that he finally died, but he was the dude who always came with the robe and like the towel around his neck, and the matches he just wore black trunks. He would do a lot of the All Japan when we used to really watch it, like before COVID. Gran Hamada, who's a big reason why we even have Dragongate. Also part of Barely Legal in that match with Taka and all those dudes in that 6-man Michinoku Pro match. It's Gran Hamada, very, very important. And I didn't really get to see him, but I just think it's kind of interesting. One of the first ever IWGP Heavyweight Champions, Salman Hashimikov from Russia, who when people
What?
Yeah, Salman Hashimikov. He was a Russian Olympic wrestler, I believe, but he was
Oh, nice.
he wrestled from 89 to 94. He was trained by Inoki, and they put the title on him. It was a short reign. He lost it like 2 months later to Ricky Choshu, I think. So it wasn't long, but it was Inoki branching out, trying to establish with more of these kind of guys. So I just thought that was kind of cool to, that to bring him up though too. And then the last one I have in this list, and then I'll turn it back over to you before I go through my giant thing. We had the unfortunate Judgment 2025 Chris Brooks Masahiro Takanashi match where Takanashi broke his neck, and I guess he's in a rehab center now, and he's kind of moving his feet a little bit, but he truly may never wrestle again. So that sucks because of Chris Brooks was the one who did it to him, and them being partners. So I just thought that was kind of important too with how big of a year Brooks was having. But yeah, just some of the downs that I think got to get brought about just for awareness for people.
Yeah, but Hayabusa's back.
And he's wrestling Kaito Kiyomiya next month.
Oh, I think I did hear that possibly on the flagship.
I wish I could watch the new 01 stuff with this new Hayabusa, because I loved Hayabusa as a kid, man. Holy shit. When he was in WCW versus the World as Hannibal, I used to always play as him.
Oh, that was him, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, it's Hayabusa, let's go. But I'll kick it to you. How many more do you have on your 2025 list?
Just a few.
Let's knock those out, and I'll give you my last one.
So, my thing, as I stated earlier, I am a CM Punk mark. But he had a substantial 2025, of course, back in the WWE for a little over a year. But the big thing, starting the year off, the big grudge match with Seth Rollins, which is supposed to be a Mania match, but they decided to have out on the Raw Netflix hype. Then lost to Seth Rollins, and everyone's like, oh, it's all over. Then he just had random matches with like Penta and LA Knight, and then, this and that. And that he wins, and then he faces John Cena and Riyadh, and does all this stuff. And then the cool thing about it is he brings his wife back. Like, no one thought AJ Lee would ever come back into the squared circle. But lo and behold, as we stated, WrestlePalooza happened. Was it for the best? Probably not, but, here we are. He got his wife the bag as well. But just some fun stuff. I know, the bracelet things of 2024 was not your thing, but seeing him also win a world championship this year by beating Gunther, thus then losing it, just mere minutes later to Seth Rollins, I thought was pretty apropos of his running away. Kind of some rituals of payback from Triple H and the WWE, if you will, for him leaving 11 years ago and whatnot. So some good stuff, some fun stuff there, and Punk having a pretty damn good 2025 as a WWE fan's perspective, if you will. So good for him. Get that bag, Phil, and yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I still think that match on Netflix was really good.
Oh, that January 6th one? Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I thought that was good, and I know it was last year, but I also think that Hell in a Cell was really good too.
Yeah. Oh, that was this year too, huh? Him and Drew?
No, that was October last year, but just kind of giving
just in general, yeah.
Run. Yeah, like, oh god, the inspiration are your new TNA Tag Team Champions, Cassie Lee and Jessie McKay or whatever.
I don't know what that means. And then what is your big diatribe? Or should I just go with my last one?
Yeah, you might as well, because mine's kind of just like a wrap up of everything that I think is kind of cool.
Gotcha. All in. 2025. Is it the event of the year? Possibly. Am I biased? Probably. Were me and Ryan there? Yes, we were. Not only did we go to the New Japan show in Chicago, we flew to Texas. Almost did not make it the day of the show due to other crazier things that happened the day prior to the show there, but we made it to Dallas-Fort Worth. Got our Uber, got to the wonderful hotel near an empty Six Flags for some reason, and the two stadiums, one empty, one full of wrestling fans, and then one really cool bar, restaurant, and a hotel that we stayed at with a lot of the talent. So that was pretty fun. But dude, we got to see so many cool stuff. Dustin Rhodes wrestling twice, winning a TNT championship, which was the best thing to do before Kyle Fletcher could get that. Plus, it got Fletcher that heat, who was also having a hell of a 2025. But I'm sure we'll get to that pretty soon here. We got to see MJF, kind of winning the Casino Gauntlets. What else did we see? We saw FTR and the Outrunners in that fucking tag match at Rock, which a week or 2 weeks before had, in Ryan's estimation, one of the best tag team matches we've ever seen on Collision. But the biggest thing, that tag match, as I'm sure Ryan was about to say, Swerve and Will Ospreay taking on the Young Bucks, seeing that live was an honor. Seeing it live with no one really around me except you and Isaiah, and then space for days, and we had excellent floor seats.
Oh, it was great.
So many floor seats, private entrances, great food kiosks. I think I spent, no joke, $200 in food throughout the day because we were there for 8 hours. Yes, 8 hours, but it was fucking worth it. Hurt Syndicate, kind of keeping the heat at that time, retaining their AEW championships in a three-way. But we finally got to see Speedball Mike Bailey in person, which was fucking rad. Tony Storm, Mercedes Amone, yes, we saw that match live. Okada, Kenny Omega, we stated years ago, Ryan, if they would ever touch in America, that we would go, and by golly, we kept up to that promise, even though I said whenever Cena and Punk would wrestle, but sorry, no Riyadh season for me. And of course, Hangman finally finishing up his story, the main character, as some say, of All Elite Wrestling, defeating Jon Moxley, Marina Shafir by submission, a chain choke outside of the ring there in a Texas Deathmatch main event. Everybody left happy. 30,000, I believe, was the number. You could definitely see it. It was a lot of fun. We saw Darby Allin kind of do the whole, hello, I'd like to get down now.
Man, when he was pommel horse. I shit my pants, man. I was like,
because I remember I looked up, I was like, he's just hanging there. I was like, oh God, let's not have another, incident. But he slowly was brought down.
Oh, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking about if he would have leaned back and just dangled from his legs, I would have fainted. I would have shit my pants and fainted in the middle of the show.
We saw a beardless re-debut of Juice Robinson also that night, which was fun. But yeah, WWE tried to counter-program by having, speaking of retirements, a failed one of Bill Goldberg. Seems to be the theme for that company and retirement of 2025. I remember after All In, I went back to the hotel to change because it was literally a block away. And I was like, I can catch the end of the Goldberg match. And I swear to God, Ryan, I thought Goldberg beat Gunther. Because as I turned it on, Goldberg was in the ring. It was a whole bunch of WCW people. Not Glacier, unfortunately. And I was like, holy shit, he won. As I'm changing, and then all of a sudden I go on the dirt, and they're like, Goldberg loses. Cuts, because they literally cut off as I saw it. And then...
oh, yeah, when he did his interview.
Yeah.
Thank you, WWE. Doom, doom, doom. It was done.
And so yeah, it was such a whirlwind of a trip, especially the next day walking the hot heat in Dallas while on a wonderful edible, and not thinking I was going to make the plane because I was so stoned that I was fearful for about 6 hours. But thanks to that wonderful Buffalo Wild Wings waitress, she helped us with lots of water, of food, and a wonderful banter. Bless the lady at the, not the condom store. What was that condom shop?
Oh, Condom Zone?
Condom Zone? Duh. But the wonderful lady who led me to that wonderful edible, and panicking for 6 hours while you burnt to a crisp, and I tried to sleep it off, which only enhanced it. But we made it home. We might be going to Worlds, and Ryan, we went to All In. That was tight. We went to the first All In, the first American All In. Ryan, what are you all in for your top story thus far in 2025?
So not really per se a top story, but I just kind of went through and just kind of looked at all like the big changes for the year. So I kind of broke them down by month, and I don't have everything on there. I maybe have 4 to which says the most, August, maybe 2, 4, 6, 8, 4 to 10 tops in each one of these. But just kind of to refresh the year is like a kind of what everything was that we saw throughout the year. In January,
Are you gonna do it? Wait, tell me, are you gonna do it like Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire"?
No, I can't do that shit. I'm not that talented.
January Rumble, John Cena fumble, do.
I could try it.
Remember Cena got lost by Jey Uso? You remember that guy beat John Cena in the Rumble?
Yeah, when he like pushed him in the back and he was like, "Oh no," and he fell. That shit was tight. So January, at Noah the New Year, Ozawa beat Kaito Kiyomiya for the title. Marigold First Dream, Utami Hayashishita beat Sari, got her the title, which was really nice. We saw the Zack Sabre beating Umino at Wrestle Kingdom, getting that big win. Beats Ricochet the next night. At King of Coliseum in MLW, Kojima's 343-day title reign ended to Matt Riddle. Joe Hendry beat Dolph Ziggler for the title at Genesis. And FA beat Mance Warner at the People vs. GCW. In February, we saw, as you just mentioned, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble. Defy's 8-year anniversary show, Ricky Starks beat Kenta for the title. Hiroki Goto beat Zack Sabre, which I did the piece on at the new beginning. And then we saw Toni Storm defeat Mariah May at Grand Slam Australia to win that title back. So fun stuff earlier in the year. To close out the
Then we got puppets.
And we got puppets. In March,
lots of puppets.
We had that Chris Brooks Takanashi match that I mentioned. Finley won the New Japan Cup against Umino. At NXT Roadblock, Stephanie Vakura beat Julia in a winner-take-all title. And in another winner-take-all, we saw Ozawa beat Manabu Soya for the national title at the Memorial Voyage in Yokohama. We then move on April, May, and June. We had not as much. We had at Spring Breakthrough, the Ops defeated the Death Riders to win the trios. At the West Coast Pro Vegas Vacation, Manders and Thomas Shire defeated Starboy Charlie and Titus Alexander for the tag titles. We saw Adam Priest win a Battle Royal to win the vacant Defy title that Ricky Starks vacated. John Cena, as we mentioned, beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. And then we saw Saya Kamitani beat, in a career title match, Tam Nakano at Stardom All-Star Grand Queendom. In May, we had Azumi beating Mercedes Moné at Resurgence for the IWGP Women's title. And then at Battleground, we had Trick Williams beating Joe Hendry. We move into June, another small month. The German Wrestling Federation Rising Heat, Axel Tischer. For those of you who don't remember him, he was with Walter and Ludwig Kaiser and Ring Kampf in WWE. He won their title beating Metahan and Erkan Solkani. At House of Glories, Mike Santana presents Puerto Rican Weekend. We saw Charles Manson, that nutcase guy from GCW, beat Tomohiro Ishii and Mike Santana in a three-way to win the title.
Oh, wow.
The Stardom conversion, we had Sari beating Syuri, which was an amazing match. And then at DDT's King of Kings, Kazusada Higuchi took the title from Chris Brooks. Last 3 months that we've had in July, as we mentioned, All In, Hangman beat Moxley. At Evolution, Naomi won the title from Io and Rhea Ripley. Kobe World, Shun Skywalker defeated Yamano, who had that year-long title reign. And then we had the back-to-back Noah New Departure nights with Keno beating Ozawa, and then Kenta beating Keno the next night. And then probably the two busiest months, which is interesting and a good thing leading as we close out the year. For some reason, House of Glory had High Intensity Bully Ray beat Zilla Fatu for the title. SummerSlam, we had Rollins beating Punk. Yeah, Bully Ray beat Zilla Fatu for the House of Glory title last month or in August.
like clean, or did aces and eights come in?
No, I think it was like a low blow. Ironically.
course.
SummerSlam, as talked about before, we had Rollins cash in on Punk, and then Cody beat Cena. Takeshita won the G1 35, which was nice. At the Rev Pro 13th anniversary show, Shaw Samuels in a title versus career beat Ricky Knight Jr., which now we've seen Ricky Knight Jr. in Noah. He was in the N1.
Really?
So that was cool. He went, I think, 5-2.
How did he do?
Pretty good. He had a pretty
Okay.
good run.
Oh wow. Okay.
He almost made it to the tiebreaker, which was good.
Do you think he could possibly face, Zawa for a championship in 2026?
I think he's a guy that if they can keep him, you could do something with him. He had a lot of the same fan bases Jack Morris had. Jack Morris went to the finals for losing to Kitamiya.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, so we had that. Stardom 5-Star Grand Prix mentioned earlier. Momo Watanabe beat Azumi. At Progress 183, man like DeReese beat Luke Jacobs in a TLC match to end Jacobs' title run. Night 2 of DDT Peter Pan in the right to challenge anytime, anywhere. After Yuki Ueno defeated Kazusada Iguchi, my man, Mr. I Want to See You Go, Kazuki Harada defeats Yuki Ueno to become the world or the DDT KOD champion, baby. Could not believe that Kazuki Harada won the fucking title. And then at the Dangerous Gate, we saw Madoka.
You should say you can't believe how long it took him to win that fucking
I
title.
want to see you go. I'm over here dancing and shit. Madoka Kakuta dominates Shun Skywalker to win the title at Dangerous Gate, getting Gajidokuro started, getting rid of Zebrats. And then finally, September, which just ended, we had Worlds Collide. Dom Mysterio defeated Vikingo for the Mega Championship. MLW Fightland, we saw Mads Kruger defeat Matt Riddle and Dijak in a 3-way for the title. At the Medigold Dreamstar Grand Prix final, Miko Aono defeated Victoria Yuzuki. I love you. Too bad you lost. That's okay. You mentioned this one, 92nd anniversary. So Mystico wins the lightweight title for MJF that match had like Rock Hogan feeling with that fans, like how much they were behind Mystico. It was so good. Fuck.
I loved how he took off a mask to unveil the same mask at the entrance.
Well,
I think it's busted wide open. Honestly, one of my matches of the year.
It was so
crazy.
good. When it ended, I watched it with, I think, Nate Newman, Brian Klecker, and Kyle. And I was like, Brian, I'm going to ask you something crazy. And if I'm stupid, just tell me I'm stupid now. I go, am I crazy that I'm giving that 5 stars? He goes, no, because that crowd was incredible. And MJF was the best heel you could have asked for. And Mystico is the best baby face you could have. He goes, that was perfect. He goes, I don't
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nope. Continue, sorry.
And he was easy. Like, I don't even know the story, and I knew what I was supposed to cheer for here. It was like, that's how you win a crowd over. That's perfect. And kudos to
I don't
him.
know if he got busted up the hard way, but for them to work that into the match for like 25 extra minutes, you're just like, what? Because it happened so quickly and abruptly. We're just like, oh shit. But they played it so well.
He really ran his head into that ring post because apparently they are very anti-color at Arena Mexico because it's such a tourist attraction.
Oh.
So people think the reason Mystico ran his head into the post is because then he can claim hard weight.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do it. Sorry. Hey, let me rip my mask a little more so I can keep bleeding all over it. Oh my!
Viva la Moxley!
So good. Defy at the Aeon Cross show, or at the Defy Aeon show, Karrion Kross won the Super Heavyweight Cup, defeating Kelvin Tankman in the finals. At Wrestle Princess 6, Miyu Watanabe won the title back from Mizuki, who she had lost it to. N1 victory, as I said, Masaki Tamiya beats Jack Morris. He gets a shot. NXT No Mercy, Ricky Saints beats Oba Femi for the title. And then, unfortunately, at the DDT Dramatic Infinity, Yuki Ueno won the title back from Harada. Because I knew that wasn't going to last.
Dude, Yeah, but he got the belt, which is
And he
awesome.
got it
Did
at
they?
Peter Pan, which is the point of Peter
Yeah.
Pan. You can be
Oh, I was about to
anything,
say,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? This guy wins it at that show. Oh, it's so. It was
He's one of the pillars of DDT. Let's be real.
comes out on
He's
that,
on that Rushmore.
And he comes out with the
That's
board thing.
that's
that
what I'm
you
saying.
stand
Was
on.
that decked out? Was that decked out with like championships?
I haven't seen the second match, so I don't know. But it's just watching him come out with that thing, and he's got his sunglasses that are glowing. And oh, I love that guy. He's so funny. But yeah, I thought that'd be kind of cool, just kind of go over the, just some of the major title changes in wrestling over the years so far, and tournament wins. Just for a nice little reference, once again, a reference piece for people who maybe haven't kept up with everything in 2025. So it's just kind of a little around the world on some companies.
That was
the
Daft
random
Punk around the world.
Yeah, that was that rando where I was like, I just randomly put this together and I'll do it last because it's probably going to take the longest, but I think it's kind of cool.
I agree. No, that was awesome. I didn't realize all those title changes happened. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so fun stuff going on with that. I think we already kind of discussed that N1 tournament. I don't think there's a lot more to go into. We did kind of already bring up Dragongate. I think it's more about the preview of what's coming up next. Is there anything more Dragongate you wanted to touch on that you had mentioned that I didn't see, or?
No, just the Ozawa coming backstage to. So did you know that him and?
No, I
Shun Skywalker and
I'm intrigued to see where that goes. I'm gonna finish that Gata Miyani show after this, and maybe it happens on there, and I can get more context. But I mean, those guys together are they're nuts. Like, they're psychopaths. This is fantastic. Like, these two goofballs.
And Ozawa's a good guy.
Did you want to? So here's a question. We've had our fair share of old men yelling at clouds. Do we really want to go into the PWI? I have the entire 500 in front of me.
Like, is there anything where you're just like we get it, Cody Rhodes #1, but like, I don't know. What's the criteria again? Like, you have to sell merch, you have to win-loss.
Win-loss record, championships won, quality of competition, major feuds, prominence within a wrestler's promotion, and overall wrestling ability. It goes from August 1st to July 31st. And I immediately took offense when at number 450 is KZ.
Jesus.
Can you tell me who Joe Black is?
No.
Me either, but he's ahead of him.
Oof.
Like, there's some of these Kota Minoura at 441. I'm like, really? Hideki Suzuki, 435. Bear Bronson, who had a hell of a GCW run, at 430. There's just some of these that I'm like, what in the hell? Like, Dante Chen at 414. Who's Dante Chen? And when have I ever seen him in NXT?
Dante Chen? I don't know. Wasn't he there for like a cup of coffee?
I think
just
so.
dipped out.
They I mean, I don't know who Aaron Wade is, but they have him ahead of Jun Kasai, who had a hell of a year with the Desperado shit. Like, some of these really are like, I know I'm always going to be on the outside looking in on the PWI, but some of these are just mind baffling this year.
Yeah. Whoa.
Fuminori Abe at 364. Like, that's
One of my biggest ones is Joe Hendry at number 12. The guy cannot wrestle out of a paper bag.
They got
The
Madoka
gimmick
Kakuta
is
at 341 and Jack Morris at
Yeah.
343. And Masa
And Joe
Kinobi
Hendry's
at
number 12.
347. Like, come
Uh,
let me go to the top here where you're at.
Trick Williams, number 19. Yeah, Ray Saito, 87 though. That's respectable. Jay White, who didn't wrestle majority of the year, 86.
Trick Williams.
Darby White didn't wrestle a lot of the year, half the year, 83.
Yeah, Jay White didn't even work.
They put Tanahashi at 80, and the guy had like maybe 2 passable matches from that July to July time frame, right?
You're going to put Ricky Starks at 73 with this NXT run he had? Are you? How is Nakamura 63?
Didn't he have like? Well, he was Intercontinental Champion for like 7 weeks, and
Was
then
he? I forgot. Adam
didn't
Cole.
wrestle. Just like Io Sky, where everyone's like, she's the wrestler of 2025. It's like she didn't wrestle for 3 months when she had the title until Mania.
Adam Cole
2
at
months
55?
maybe. What enjoyable Adam Cole match since 2019? I'll wait. Name one.
He didn't even work the pay-per-view.
No, he announced his retirement. Your boy, Adam Cole, who I finally got for like 2 months, retired at All In. While I was getting food, and I was like, it's Adam Cole, I don't care. They come back here like, oh, he retired. I'm like, what?
Like, here's...
Effie, 42.
Oh,
Effie, 42.
Effie at 42? Ethan Page at 40?
Effie was better than Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn could be your world champion in WWE and sell so much merch. More merch than he already has.
Let's not forget
Joey Janela, 98. Better than Sami Zayn.
they have Effie ahead of Shingo, Kenta, and Keno. Over Michael Oak.
No, one of the biggest, AJ Francis, number, 157? The guy, top dollar? FKA?
Oh, my God. He's ahead of Kento Miyahara.
He's ahead of Kaito Ishida, Dragon Lee, Masaki Takeda, yeah. Francisco Akira. Akira's had a pretty damn good year from that time frame. He's better than Shinya Aoki. Drilla Maloney, fucking no, he's not better than Drilla Maloney. Can eat my dick.
Hell no. Like, some of the... That's
Jimmy...
man, some of these are shit.
They said Jimmy Uso is better than Tetsuya Endo.
They have that
And Pete Dunne.
Pete, get out of here. They have that dude who won the LFG show
Yeah.
at 141.
Never even seen that fucking man wrestle.
His name is Jasper Troy.
So, PWI, we can no longer take, well, not that we did, take seriously anymore.
And I get it; it's a shoot magazine, and it's becoming a work magazine more than a shoot, and it's how it's become. I think ever since COVID, it's changed. So I get that. Now I will give them a couple things that I'm happy about. Goto at 5, thank you for that.
Yep.
I think Swerve at 7, kudos. If we're calling it just a half year, I still think Mystico at 9 is really low, but at least they put him in the top 10. Will Ospreay at 10? Come on.
Yeah, that guy wrestled that whole time frame. He didn't stop wrestling until like a month ago.
Takeshita at 17? I'm sorry, man. There's no way.
Takeshita is replacing Jey Uso. I don't even know if Cody Rhodes would be in my number 1. I don't even think Rhodes would be in my top 10, honestly.
How is LA Knight above Ozawa?
Zack Sabre Jr. would probably be in my top 10.
And if you know, with all these guys,
Bandito's in my top 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, and think of too, like, you know, some of these guys we said where they haven't worked a lot. How do they have MJF at 30?
Yeah.
How is Randy?
And he was just putting on
Kyle Fletcher. Or Gabe.
The world may never know.
And
yeah, Gabe Kidd having 4 notebook matches this year.
He said, I think he has my 2 matches of the top 2 matches of the year. And remember, this evaluation period is July 31st. He got hurt like a week or 2 before the evaluation period from the G1.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was even like out. I don't know. That's
Oof.
weird. That's why, like, when I looked at this earlier, I was like, oh man, this might, like, it, kudos. Swerve at 7, awesome. I know it's
I
crazy.
don't know. He's probably in my top 5.
If you want to take that criteria, I think I do not disagree with Jey Uso. I don't think he was a great worker, but when you talk about win-loss record, he was winning. He won the world title. He wrestled all the top guys. He's had good feuds. And he was a headliner in the #1 company in the world. So, like, by their standards, I get Jey Uso. But I do not understand how you can do the same criteria and put Mystico below him. When Mystico's selling Arena Mexico out every day, every fucking week.
Every week, yeah.
Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Because what is that, like 9,000? There's a lot of people
I
there.
think it's 16 at Arena Mexico.
Every Friday?
Yeah.
Are you sure they're not workers of the arena?
That's a lot of workers.
They have to build those pyramids in Chichimura or whatever. And I'm Mexican. I don't even know the land.
You gave it your best effort.
Chichumu?
Oh man. So yeah, that's why I was like, I don't want to go like, oh, there it is, Ozawa.
Oh yeah. Joke's on you. We did our Old Man on Cloud. Speaking of Old Man on Clouds, again, AJ Styles, John Cena, next Saturday morning. A clash in Perth in France. I don't know, something around those lines. Get it on ESPN. I'm not.
Yeah, I'll bootleg. No big deal.
I'll be at a Lord concert that night, so who knows?
Well, that's why. Well, thankfully the show's at 8 a.m. So if you really want to watch it, you can. Next week, I think we'll preview. I don't know, at least 4 of those shows, maybe.
Yeah. Good shows.
I don't have a card yet for the 2 Game Changer shows. Those are usually always good because they're at the Showboat in New Jersey, so they're like a home crowd. So those ones are always pretty fun. So hopefully those cards come out. We can go over those. But yeah, I don't know, Alex. Is this an opportunity that we're going to wrap this up before 2 hours?
Say good night, Ryan.
Good night, Ryan.
Yeah, 영준한 담을 하나 너부터